Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. SOS, send out the bat signal, because Houston, we've got a problem. Jen is back, and it's not looking good. Goodness. I knew things were probably not good because she has not been around, and yeah. So, you always know when our girls are missing in action, things aren't looking too good on the home fronts. So, if you're new, welcome. My name is Kaya. Please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. We do snacks of the day, drinks of the day, different hauls. Let's see here. We've got a lovely box of Target beauty boxes coming up. Not in this video because it would be way too long. But I do a little bit of everything on my channel. Like I said, snacks, drinks, food reviews, bath and body, Yankee, candles, wax melts, makeup, sub boxes. Hence the word Kaya Simon's Life, a little bit of everything. So, if you shoot me a thumbs up, a thumbs down, leave me a comment, even if it's just an emoji, it truly helps me out. And I always do purchase these things with my own money, so it does help me out, and it helps our little community grow. So, on that note, let's get started. I don't want to keep you guys forever, but no, the videos are usually pretty long, so grab yourself Oh, it wouldn't be a video unless I was tongue-tied already. Grab yourself a snack and a drink, pull up a pillow, pull up a blanket, and let's get to it. So, if you're new to me, when I review sweet items, sometimes I just have good old water because I like water or milk or almond milk with sweet things. So, today we have just water, but check out plenty of my other videos. We always do a drink of the day and a snack of the day and something kind of like that. So, today it is a Spanish-Mexican treat. These are the Crankies. These were 59 cents. They're just a little bag. I'll show you by the size, but they feel good and full. You guys know I hate when I buy stuff and it's half a bag of air, but these feel good and full for 59 cents. These are made by the Bimbo Company, B-I-M-B-O, and these, I think, look interesting. I've never seen these before. These are cornflakes with chocolate coating. So let's get into it. Like I said, I like to always show you guys. These seem full. Alright, I have never had these, so I am very excited. And here I would just cut that off. And I like to always show you guys what you get for your money's worth. So yeah, for 59 cents, good and full. Let's dump a couple out here. Oh wow, these are neat. They are literally chocolate-covered cornflakes. So that's kind of cool. I mean, of course it's chocolate, but it's got a little cornflake. And yeah, let's go ahead and try these out. Again, I've never had them. These are really good. Very good. And just little cornflakes in there. I highly recommend these for 59 cents, these were a great bargain. Nice and full. Good chocolate fills, or taste good. If you're new to my channel, hold on, let me get a drink. If you're new to my channel, I do have a pit bull bully bulldog named Sugar Bear and a French bulldog. So if you hear, noise in the background, sometimes they might get a couple kibbles. They might drink some water. It's very hot, hence why I got the window open. My neighbor has a ghost car that has a ghost horn. So if you hear some horn in the background, sorry. But it is truly humid, and hence why I have the window open and the fan on for the pups. I have a small fan on in the background. This is Couples in Addiction, Finding Our Way Through. I really don't like the title of this, Couples in Addiction. you know, I know that I'm a recovering addict myself, if you're new. I'm a recovering drug addict, but I think this is a clickbait title because, you know, we keep going down this road with Jen for 9 years, and it's clickbait, clickbait, clickbait. I don't like when people try to lure other people into their channel and act like they're getting help when they're not, when you've stuck to the same routine for 9 years. And now that Gene is Jen's boyfriend, I know most of you guys know that, but a couple people that are sub to me that are new to some of these characters. Gene is a alcoholic, and he came from Texas, and he is Jen's living boyfriend now. Jen lives in an assisted living. She's not disabled. She put herself in a wheelchair simply because she does not want to walk. It's not even the one with the, it's an electric wheelchair. It's not even one that she could get arm strength from and at least work her arms out. She just simply doesn't want to walk. So, like I said, you know, Jen's been going down this road for 9 years. Yeah. So let's get into it. Gene has obviously relapsed a couple different times. So I think this is very toxic. You have two addicts living together. Can it work? Yes. Have I seen it before? Yes. But, you know, with Jen in this stage, the stage that she is in, I do not think that it is a healthy relationship, you know, with what is going on. I don't think that Jen should be able to tell him about his addiction and vice versa. It's just really toxic, and I really think that they should get help. Please do not send any of these channels that we review any hate. I'm sure they get plenty of it, and that is not what we were here for. We do not need to leave a bad name in our community. We already have a bad name enough. So, on that note, let's get started and see what Jen has cracking. And if you're new, I do not know. I am a low-tech girl in a high-tech world. If the channel grows and progresses, I would like to get us a different device. And right now, with everybody being quarantined, my friend Skinny Legend, check him out. It's Skinny and Legend. He does makeup. He is a professional. But Skinny Legend was starting to help me learn some things. And when the quarantine happened, you know, Skinny Legend has went in quarantine, and so have I. So we haven't got to, you know, we've talked on the phone, but as far as physical. So I am going to try and step it up on this channel. Would I like to get another device? Most definitely. But right now, this is what we're working with. We all know what Gene and Jen looks like, and mainly we just want to hear what they say. So I do apologize for the way we are viewing this. And timeout. I did try to take this tablet off. I will figure it out tomorrow. Hopefully we won't catch a glare. But this cover has been on here so long, I don't even remember how I got it on here. And it was really on there. I started peeling back layer after layer. It's an OtterBox. And tomorrow I'll take a gander and look. But I'm afraid that we might have the same reflection. But I will see. So, it looks like we've got a cringe-worthy intro, a new intro here. Hold on, guys, it sounds... Once again, Jen's volume is low. Sorry, guys, nothing I can do about that. Let's giddy up. Oh my god, you guys, this is so low. I hope you guys can hear this. It's funny to me, hold on. It's funny to me that we've got this new intro, but I did skim a little bit through this, and it seems like she said they've been fighting. So it's funny to me now. We've got this, oh, we're happy couple, and we're so lovey-dovey, and life is great, when obviously that is not what's shaking on the home front. And let me rewind here if you're new to my channel. I know everybody's got to do what they have to do, and I do not want to make fun of anybody's living conditions, but this is an assisted living for the elderly and the disabled, and I do feel that clearly these two are taking up a spot that an elderly person could have, and, you know, Gene could definitely work. Even when I was a recovering addict, I still worked, and, you know, it is what it is. You have to take care of yourself. So, you know, come up with a side hustle, do whatever you got to do. But in the other way, I know that Gene does, his drawings, and sometimes when you're an addict, having cash money is not a good thing either. You know, I do know, obviously, that I would say that Jen's living is probably paid for, or she just pays a little chunk of it, but when you are an addict, whether a food addict, alcoholic, drug addict, having cash money on hands from the drawings could be a double-edged sword. Let's giddy up.
You who are new, welcome to you as well. My name is Jennifer.
Jen has been doing this for 9 years straight.
So, I haven't made a video in a couple weeks, and this is going to be kind of an update video. I'm going to let you know where I'm at as a person, as an individual, where Gene is at in his life, and where we are together in our lives.
Let Gene talk.
On where I've been in the last 2 weeks. First, before we get into the video, there's a couple things that I want to talk about. First, I made a community post, and a lot of you have responded already. I have sold 12 bears already, and thank you guys so much for your support. And of those of you who did not see the community post, I am selling these cute little, this is the first one I made.
They're cute.
Oh, that's cute. Can I get mine with tampons and pads in the nose?
Heroes that have been working
Now, the reason why I say that is, Jennifer, Gwen, Ann, as soon as the coronavirus started, made a video, was all over social media, with tampons in her nose, her and Gene in a pad, feminine pad, strapped across their mouths, and was making a mockery of the disease. So, can I get my bear with pads and tampons? Hit me up and let me know.
during this whole pandemic to keep
But now we want to take it seriously, and we want to make money selling our bears. Interesting.
safe. And the proceeds for this, minus the cost of materials, will go to a COVID-19 charitable
Are they, though?
foundation.
Are they?
I haven't decided.
Are they? Or are they just buying Gene a drink and Jen some fast food? Gotta wonder where you send your money sometimes, people.
Which one that will be yet, but once I do, I will let you know, and then I will show you.
And, wait a minute. I don't even know if I should take it there, but I don't know. If you are in an assisted living and have side hustles,
And what they do, and I'll talk a little bit about that. But you can order one of these cute little bears. They come in 2 sizes. This is the small.
the
And then
bear
there's
is
one that's
cute,
slightly
but
larger.
I
don't
would
have
never
one
ever buy it
to show you.
in my
The
entire
one
life.
has a head and legs, but doesn't have arms.
It's
So,
cute, but
it's slightly larger. It's like 3 inches.
absolutely
So
not.
this one is the size, the small one, of course, and this will be $35.
So that must be
which includes
pad
shipping,
bear.
and
Where's
the big one
tampon
will be
bear?
$50, which includes shipping as well. And you can
Good
shop it with
night. Did she say $35 and $50? Honey, that bear better come with some pads and tampons and baby wipes and... Honey, I get you got to use your time, but it's a little bit pricey. The bear was what, like this big? I mean, I wonder how long it takes her to make it, but I do. Now, don't get me wrong. Let me rewind here before we get any haters or any ass patters here. If the proceeds are going to COVID, 100%, I'm down. But you never know when you get things like this, do the proceeds really go where they say? So don't get me wrong, if she's doing this, I think it's a brilliant idea, but you never know where things go sometimes. You know, everybody can tell, I could tell you have a purple unicorn in my background, but do you really know? I got a, purple unicorn in the backyard with a rainbow.
And this is unisex. It represents
Yeah, that's
both
quite a
male and
tiny
female
bear.
as well.
And like I said,
know somebody
if
had
the
asked
proceeds are
about
going there, great.
for a female, but I think this just represents male, females. They both wear scrubs. I don't see a difference.
It's a stuffed animal. What does gender have to do with it?
And so, if you just want the standard blue, that's fine. I'll show you a couple pictures. I'll put them in here as I'm talking. You order, there is a required $20 deposit for your bear, so I know that you're serious about ordering one, so I don't make it and then I don't get paid for them because it does take time.
See if we should skip forward. Hold on.
And then when I do ship it, I will provide
These
you with a
lights
shipping number,
and
then that's
I
it.
know I got, but this whole star thing drives
Money
me
is due.
crazy. I've said it before. That stickers on the wall to me are tacky. Come on, it's not your place to tack stickers up all over the
So
daggone
if you
place.
want to order one, just drop me an email and we can discuss it.
No
And
thanks, I'm good.
get your order in
Rather
there.
donate.
I appreciate you guys so much, and thank you for all.
And then it's like, okay, what if they're sick? I don't know how long the virus would, but I don't know how long it goes, and, would it be shipped through the mail? I don't know. I'm cool. No, thank you. I would rather donate. I don't need your bear.
And then also, while we're talking about ordering things, Gene has a video on his channel, and I will link that in the description below. And you want to tell
Is
me-
this a update or a infomercial? Let's go ahead and skip. I'm assuming she's talking about Gene is a good artist. I will give him that 100. I can't draw worth a living, you know what. But back to what I just said, is the money for bills, or is that how he has been getting his alcohol money? So, be careful. You might be trying to support somebody and help them, but you might be helping them in a different way. You know what I mean? So, all right, let me shut my trap and let's
Make sure
giddy
you
up.
Pick one up and get a little piece of his artwork for yourself.
Good night.
All right, I think that's all we need to tell them about other things. We can
Okay,
discuss about
infomercial's done. Let's do this.
what's been going on. I've had a lot of people ask if I was ever going to make a video again. So
She's
like,
broke, of
A lot
course.
of my videos have started out struggle. Struggle is real. A lot of people are also triggered, and I don't know where to look. A lot of people are bothered when I look at you when you talk. Like I'm looking for your
Like,
approval.
nobody's
I'm not
triggered.
looking
Do you not? I hate when people use the word triggered. Nobody's triggered. Rewind your word here. Nobody's triggered when you look the wrong way. They might be annoyed. They might be bothered. But I don't think they're necessarily triggered.
The approval, I'm just looking at it. I
I'm
don't
glad
know
I'm
what
not triggered by the shirt you have on. Thank God.
So, yeah,
I just, these necks are not flattering. Not to be mean, but
I don't know.
what does she do? Climb through them? I've said this before.
Well, you should be.
the heck?
Okay, so
What was
like
that?
I said, we've been struggling. It's gotten a lot better in the last few weeks, but we have been struggling a lot.
How has it gotten better if you've been
Starting
gone?
a few months ago, and as we had made the video prior, that we have both been off the wagon and not doing well.
Jen, you're always off the wagen.
In
When
both
have
of our
you been
addictions,
on the
We
wagon?
entered into this relationship knowing that we were both addicts, and we knew that a relationship with two addicts is difficult. It can be difficult, as any relationship can be difficult. But when you have addiction, it does add more
Sorry, my knee
difficulty
keeps
to the
going to sleep.
relationship.
Sorry.
Yeah, it has its own challenges, that's for sure,
But that doesn't mean that it can't work out and it won't work out.
No, yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
She just has it in her mind that she just, as long as she has him, I think she could care if he's sober, drunk. I think she's just at that point where she wants him and she don't care what shape she's in. And I think that's foul. You always want the best for your partner and your partner to do good. And, I just feel like she's just like, well, I'm off the wagon, so my time out. Yes, you can die from eating a bunch of food, have a heart attack. It's not good for your body, but this video really triggered me when we get to the end, and I'm not going to jump the gun if you haven't seen it, but there's a part in here, and this is why I personally am not a fan of Jen, but I'm jumping the gun. Let me rein it in, and let's giddy up.
It's happened before.
She says something really, really foul in here.
Thing
and
just
makes a joke of,
difficult
I'm not even going to say it.
as far as also like if we're going through our own stuff, and then we can rub off on each other a little bit easier, because we're both sensitive people in recovery.
Of course,
so
you're in a
there's
one
more sensitivity
bedroom
here.
shoebox that she never leaves.
Being defensive. So that's kind of like more or less.
He goes to the grocery store, he takes the trash out, he probably cleans the litter box. I mean, come on now.
Tempt each other as much. However,
But yes,
if I'm not drinking, then yeah, I'll go to food because food is like the next best thing, I guess. If I'm not, smoking or drinking, food's fun. So
people say that you're gaining some weight.
I just want to, don't let me, look at the look on her face. She is giddy as all get up when she says people are saying you're gay. She thinks that shit is funny. Like, this chick is in a wheelchair that she put herself in. Look at the look on her face right here. And she is just giddy as a freaking kid at a 3-year-old birthday party about to get a piece of cake. That is not funny. Like, she's misery loves company. She's one of those. If I'm down bad, I want you to be down bad with me. And that's not how it should be with your partner. I'm sorry.
But I do think he looks healthier with a little bit of weight on him.
Yeah, that's what some people said. Yeah.
Because when he's drinking, he doesn't usually eat much.
I did not eat.
And he looks sickly. So,
Yeah.
Well, maybe he thinks you look a certain way.
Food and supplements I take.
It's crazy. Well, I think you look sickly. Well,
And I remember when he got here in November, when I hugged him for the very first time, I could feel like every rib in his back, and it was
because
bad.
he's
It was
dealing with something. He's dealing with something serious here. Like, she doesn't get this. And I don't want to jump the gun, but there's a part in this video that this is why it just took me back, why I'm not a fan of Jen. And I can't wait till we get to that point because it's really going to be hard for me to rein it in. Wait until you hear what she says.
like, I'm not used to hugging somebody that was.
I did barely eat for the past, now I've been here for 6 months, but before I came, it was about a good year.
6 months.
That I just hardly ate. And
nothing accomplished.
My mom just passed away.
Relapsed.
So I just went
No
out
job.
binge.
Laid up with
Just
her.
morning, afternoon,
Nothing.
night, morning to night.
Nothing accomplished.
And the only things I really ate was just nibbles, just so my buzz wouldn't crash. It was basically just enough to kind of keep my buzz up.
And let's just.
Keep me feeling.
Look at the look on her face.
Because I know that there's going to be some people who are going to be like, he didn't eat because he couldn't afford it. He was homeless.
I don't really know where people.
I don't know.
Wait,
He
it's
has
like
a
she picks these stupid things out. Like, why would you even address that? Like, she just picks these dumb, he didn't eat because he was homeless. Like, where does she,
Really, a lot of our viewers know better.
And sorry, I'm being kind of harsh in this, but like I said, I've already skimmed through this. Hold on.
This whole thing here with YouTube, I just want.
They make up narratives. Like,
Okay, yeah, that's right. I'm very critical in this right now because you'll see when we get to the end of this. I just wait. I just want to skip to it and show you guys now. But she says something here that is foul, and one of the foulest things she said to me or said to him. I'm lost already.
Stories.
Like they know what your life is.
Yeah, last night I read this comment. This person had it all figured out that I took pride in my jail experience. Oh no, he called it prison. So I apparently went to prison. And
she is just so messy, man.
Time, and that I'm cocky and prideful, which is I am kind of cocky and smug, but I don't know. They're coming up with all this stuff, I'm just like, oh man, it's such a burden on the soul. It really is. It's exhausting. YouTube can be absolutely exhausting.
Like, look, she's done. She can't even let him finish his sentence. She's like,
so miserable that they want to drag people down. But then if we react to that in a negative way, or
they're like, oh my God, why would you do that?
then it's like they want to say, well, you put yourself out there, so and then you're gonna act like that people have no right into your life, and I don't know. It's.
And then the one last thing we'll talk about before we get back to us.
before we get back to us.
Your smile that you addressed on your channel. Well, you kind of addressed it in the comments. Your toothy.
Your tooth, Jen. It's called a tooth.
Somebody.
Actually, I didn't break it. It was already somebody what?
There was a couple people. Somebody said that I smacked you.
Yeah, they're being cute.
And then I don't think so. And then another person said that you fell while you were drunk and knocked your tooth out.
Oh, they're just being cute too.
So I'm making him into a true West Virginian.
Like, why don't you talk about your tooth? How about that?
Can I tell a story? I'll tell a story.
How about that? You want to bring his tooth up, and you can't let him wait to talk about his own stuff. How about bring your tooth up? Can we do that? Can we worry about you? Let's bring your tooth up. What happened to your tooth?
Story time.
When I was 8 years old, see.
Story time.
Are fake. It's a cat.
Let's hear it. Story time about your tooth.
Half, the other one's broken exactly the same way, so it looks like a V. And so when I was 8, my sister was chasing me around the house. I have 3 older sisters. Okay, God bless my heart. And she was chasing me around the house, and so while I was running from her, obviously, because that's what a chase is, I turned around a corner.
Yada, yada, yada. He hit the tooth on the thing.
Virginian, he's getting the belly and the tooth.
And the tooth.
Alright, so getting back to our story after we detoured off, because you guys know I ramble and Gene rambles, and I guess that's why we're together, is because we ramble. That's one of the things
That's it.
we have in common.
That was it. That was the deal breaker.
Yeah.
Better be a rambler.
Better be.
Are you a rambler? Why, yes, I am. That's hot. That's ramble.
Oh, sweet mother.
So, the whole point is we've been struggling. We got off track, of course. Story of my life. Story of his life. Story of our lives. But as we were getting off track, things between us started getting really kind of...
Here we go, guys. It's coming up.
Because his drinking triggers me. Because...
Stop. Wait a minute. His drinking triggers you. You have been on YouTube for 9 years. If you do not know, I'm sure most of you do. Jen has a whole nother channel that talks about watch my videos way back, and you'll figure Jen out. Jen used to make her sick mother literally climb up these stairs to bring her food. Jen's legs were not broke. She was just simply lazy to get it. Her poor mother ended up dying and climbed her dying day to bring Miss Jennifer Gwen Ann food. So, therefore, Jen saying your drinking triggers me. Jean ain't been around Buttercup for the last 9 years, so what else triggered you, Jen?
I knew that he was a drinker. I knew he had an alcohol problem.
And absolutely, Jen knew he was a drinker. She said she used to troll him. He was on, I forget, it wasn't YouTube. He would go live on some kind of social media, and she started out as a troll at first. So, Jen knew what she was in for, campers.
And you would think that knowing that he drank, that it wouldn't trigger me, or I just wouldn't have gotten into a relationship with someone that triggered me. But love doesn't work that way. Love doesn't see the flaws. Love just sees the flaws as perfection. You don't see the flaws, I guess, right?
Right.
Yeah, I guess not. Also, I think you thought that you could help me.
I thought I could fix him.
How can she help him if you can't save yourself? How can you save him if you cannot save your... Don't even get me started about the mom and the steps thing. And this came out of Jennifer's own mouth. This was not information that was made up. This isn't a little rumor. This is a story that she told, that another channel filmed the video and she struck the other channel because of it. She wanted that story to disappear and run away when it was still out there on her own channel. So,
So there was a lot of grace period in the first couple of years. That we were talking. There was a grace period there of acceptance.
Yeah.
She knew I drank and I continued drinking. That's just what it was. However, it started turning into where she started getting disappointed, the mood started changing, and then it started turning into more of an obsessive controlling thing to where if I would drink, and then it just, nothing was right for the rest of the evening.
Right.
So, and that's where we still are today. So, God forbid I have any kind of beer around here or anything, and, you know, part of that can be good, but not, because it causes a lot of stress, so.
It feels like once he takes his, and I shouldn't feel this way because he doesn't do this to me when I eat. So I don't know why I think I have the right to do this to him when he drinks. It's just this like deep part of me that wants to fix him, and this is not how he wants me.
you gotta fix yourself. You cannot fix somebody else.
To work on someone else and try to fix them. So when he has that first drink, it's like, oh my God, the world's ending, and here we go again. It's going to end, and nothing's going to be better.
And it's going to continue and continue and continue until he gets help. Your situation may stress him out, so therefore he might want to drink, and it's just a circle that is never ending. He might get frustrated with you and your situation, so therefore he might want to drink. It is going to be a never-ending challenge.
The moment that it's a drink, and he will be sober again, and everything will be okay. It's just in that moment it feels like the world is over, and then I keep going with that instead of stopping. And a lot of our problems is my fault because I make things, I'm sure a lot of you aren't surprised at that, I make things worse than they have to be because I just don't, if I would just
It takes two to tango.
Yeah,
You
it
can't say
does.
a lot of problems.
But you have to admit, there's a lot of times that I have made things worse than they would have had to have.
Oh, I just noticed we got the bedroom door closed so we can't spy on the rest of the community. I forgot about that. Behind this door here is their bedroom, and Jen has a camera that literally shows in her building who goes in and out, and yeah.
Persistence,
I can.
beautiful thing.
I don't get it.
So we got to the place where we were arguing a lot and fighting a lot, and it was just miserable.
Yeah.
So we came to the point where it was either, and this is just talking about his alcoholism, this isn't talking about my food addiction, because that is, we will address that in a couple minutes, but it came to the point where...
Let me just pick at you and poke at you, but let's not poke at me right now.
To work on his alcoholism, his addiction, or he was going to have to either go home or...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I do not believe that in any shape, way, or form.
I gave him the choice, of course. I'm not...
Okay, get ready. The part is coming up. The big guns that I was just talking about. This is what irked my nerves in this video. It is coming up. She gave him an ultimatum to go somewhere. There ain't no way if this guy went to go somewhere she was going to let him leave. Come on now, let's be real. But listen what he says.
He was more than willing, or more than able to. It was his choice if he wanted to go.
Willing.
Yeah, he was, you know, if he wanted to continue drinking and whatever he wanted to do with his life, it was his choice. He could obviously move out or go
So
home.
basically, you know, I relapsed, as you guys know, on those who follow me on my other channel. And
On
then
my other
I
channel.
now,
So this is his channel too now?
relapsed again. Can't really call it, I don't know, call it relapse. I started drinking again.
It's a
It was
relapse,
just hard
buddy.
as hell to get off the ride. I mean, and so, you know, it's just not easy right now. It's not. And I did start going to AA, but you know, there was one night.
Okay, time out, wait a minute. Is AA, are they even holding meetings right now with all this going on? I thought there was so many people gathering. How could they don't know how many people's gonna show up to the meeting. Is he talking about like a one-on-one, like, I don't know, Janice. I don't know.
You know, you need to leave. Get out now. Go find a shelter. So I started looking up shelters.
Here it comes,
And she
listen.
said, what are you doing? They won't accept you because you're drunk.
Hold on.
And so then I was like, okay. So I started Googling the nearest bridge.
Plus, it's hard the next
Look
day.
at her face when he says, I'm so irked. Okay, let me turn on the light right quick. This is the person she loves, has been with look at the smile on her face right here. First off, there's alcoholics in my family. I grew up with the alcoholic. Many of them black out. That is a thing. If you don't know what a blackout is, I'm sure plenty of you don't, but it is just when the next day you do not recall nothing. You might have pissed somebody off, you might have wrecked your car, you might have beat up your best friend. Whatever the case may be, the next day you do not recollect any of it. And I grew up with this my whole life. So when I've seen a blackout, my family, we're not going to get into it all the way right here, but when this person wakes up, they do not know what they have done the next day. So, like I said, car wreck, fights, DUIs, whatever the case may be, bar fights, thrown out of places, the person remembers nothing. So they are in harm's way because something alcohol has co-pilot of their body. Now listen to what she says when this man said he seriously Googled a bridge. Seriously. Now you guys know I joke around, I say funny stuff and I say jokes, but nothing is funny about a little human being sitting here saying that he Googled a bridge. The next day, spoiler alert, we're about to get to it, but I don't want to keep starting and stopping. This man says he looked on the computer and genuinely Googled a bridge. And I'm not going to say he wasn't going to the bridge to live under it. That was not what he was going there for, if you catch my drift. This infuriated me. Yes, it triggers me because I grew up with an alcoholic family and I've seen people black out, and when their body is in co-pilot, anything could happen. What would have happened that day if he would have jumped off that bridge? What? Would you be laughing now? This is pathetic. Let's go back a little second and look at the smirk on this woman's face.
And so then
It's not funny.
The nearest bridge.
Plus, it's hard the next day when he was sober. When
Bless
things were better, he
his
was-
heart.
Fears, you know, there's only like 1 or 2 bridges around here.
And he opened his computer, he was like, "Look," and he actually did Google the nearest
Bridge.
It's not funny in the moment, but it is funny when you have to look back.
It's not funny, but it's funny, but yeah, it is. Jennifer, Gwen, and you ought to be. There is no way in flying, you know what. If that would have been anybody in my life, my family, my brother, my mother, my father, I don't know my father, but anyways, whoever, I couldn't left that in the video. And I could not sit there, they Googled a bridge. Absolutely not. No, ma'am, not funny, not today, not tomorrow, not next week. That pisses me off to no end. You do not laugh about a bridge and somebody you love. And then the next day, to really see that they Googled that and was serious about it, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And if somebody that loved me laughed about me looking up a bridge, they would be packing their bags. Toodaloo, boo.
Things and laugh. So that's when, like I said, we decided that it was either we needed to get help or
G needs to go.
and we
G
decided
needs
that
to
we
move
loved
on
each
with
other
his
enough
life, because this ain't it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
to,
Sure,
and not just for each other, but for your own self, your own.
Exactly. Go for you.
Yeah. So
That's when, at that point, I went into detox again, and
And I'll tell you, as a recovering alcohol, why do I keep saying that? A recovering addict, there is nothing worse. I used to do this to myself. I would get high, then I wouldn't. I would get high, then I wouldn't. I would get high. That tears your body down. It's almost like, and I'm not saying this to be crazy, but it affects you just like getting high. Your body gets back to normal. It tears itself up again. You start to rebuild things. It tears it up again. In an alcoholic, I learned this throughout my drug and alcohol programs, because a lot of the programs are, conjoined. You can seize out. So don't listen to me. If you are an addict or an alcoholic, seek help. Do not get high, don't, or drink, whatever the case may be. Don't stop and start. That can seriously harm you, and definitely you can seize out. I've learned enough in the program that it's very dangerous.
because when an alcoholic, there's an allergy to the alcohol. When it's in the system, you obsess absolutely over it. It's hard as hell to get off of it. It just is. A lot of people don't understand that. It's whatever. They're not an alcoholic. It's fine. And hell, even
It's
alcoholics-
probably so much weight on him that, he's trying to do his thing and deal with his addiction, or, his alcohol. And, he moved into this state with a whole other person that he's taking care of physically. He does the laundry when she could will it right on down there in the chair. He takes the trash out. He walks across to the street. He carries the groceries back. Granted, we know they take the buggy from the store, but, he does it. I'm not a fan of Gene, you guys know that, but it's probably a lot to juggle your own addiction and somebody here that has this place that now you're in control of taking care of them. You have none of your family or friends around. You're in a freaking assisted living. She doesn't go anywhere at all. You see he likes to be outside. We've seen him take walks. It's a fantasy. It's a fantasy. Come on. Is this really going to work? I'm not being mean, but this guy doesn't live like this. He goes outside, and he's mentioned before, he likes to go outside. How long is this going to continue before he's like, I'm done, I'm out? Or he just continues to drink and drink and drink until something escalates.
Problem that they are not good, that they can't stay one day without it. It's very few of us who can actually say, yeah, I actually am an alcoholic, and because I cannot stop drinking. There's different levels of it, but if somebody has to have a drink every single day, might be an alcoholic.
They are. They're not.
Anyways,
that's not. Let me rewind here. If you take anything away from what I say, I've dealt with this my whole life with my family. If you have to drink a drink every day, you are unfortunately an alcoholic. If you have to do drugs every day, you are an addict, unfortunately. So there's no, did you see there where he's like, well, no, you are. I mean, sad to say.
I guess I'm deflecting a bit.
Yes.
Yeah, went into detox. Not that I really needed to detox. I just needed to get off the ride and get my mind back into recovery mode. So it really did help. And so now I'm instituting those things that I learned there again, and back on when I used to be there, dug out my folder. We started going over things every single morning, and starting on our recovery on a whole nother level, spiritual level too, reading the scriptures every morning, and just getting into some positive, conscious recovery reinforcement action.
I mean, this is great. You know, I just said it a million times as an addict. You can read all the books you want. You can do all the counseling you want. You can go to all these programs. But until that crappy day, or until that, hey, I seen a beer, I was, over at Kroger's getting the groceries. Until that trigger is there, you never know how to react to it. So you have to find coping mechanisms to figure out how to cope with that. It all sounds good, but it's just, I'm sorry, this is a toxic relationship.
So when he came back, we had decided that I had already started, when he was gone, I already started eating healthier, and I made my proclamation that life was going to be better and I was going to take this seriously. Then it didn't happen because, well, there's all these reasons why. There's tons of excuses.
There's always reasons why.
It just didn't happen. I've been dealing with a lot of medical issues for the past couple weeks, pretty severe, and I used that as an excuse where I just wanted to eat to be comforted because I'm feeling so poorly. The past 2 days.
Makes sense. Makes sense. You got all these medical things wrong because of food, but makes sense to eat some more. Alright, makes sense. This, my friend, is why Jennifer will not succeed. She, just like Foodie, does not want any discomfort. They want the big picture. They want to run in the sea. They want to run in the sand. And, they want to wear a Pam Anderson bathing suit. And, unfortunately, you got to work to get the goal. And this is why there's never no succeeding.
But there are not so good days. And, it's easy to partake in your addiction. But I need to take my addiction as seriously as he is. And
you don't.
That he works on his if I'm not going to work on mine. And I can't expect more from him than I expect from myself. So I have to be willing to put it out there and suck it up. We just talked about this where I didn't really want to admit that I'm doing poorly. I mean, obviously, you can tell I haven't lost that much weight or any weight.
You haven't lost any weight. Where's your weigh in? Weigh in.
Just had this conversation and in a cut. He put himself out there and opened himself up, made himself vulnerable. So I need to do the same thing. Struggling. Past 3 days have been a lot better for me.
Do you see? They've been a lot better for me. They've been She meant to say rough.
And I've had good days. I felt physically well, medically well. I haven't had any medical issues. I don't really want to go into my specific medical issues. There are things that I've talked about in the past, but I just prefer not to at the moment. So, like I said, we're both struggling, but I think in the past 2 weeks, even though my food has not been that great for the whole 2 weeks, I think that we have made a lot of headway in recovery.
Sorry, Sugar Bear's snoring.
Focusing on ourselves spiritually and emotionally. I think we've been relating to each other.
How many times have we heard this?
Doing a Christian counseling. It's a book, like a workbook. It's a 52.
I'm not being mean. And like I said, I don't like to get into religion and stuff, but you can read everything you want to read. You can pray to the good Lord above, but you're going to do the right thing or you're not. So let's get in here. We're almost done, literally. And, we're almost done, guys.
Working really well for us. That gives you, each week you read a passage and it gives you a topic to work on for that week, and it's given us a lot of insight on how to relate to each other more on a spiritual basis, on a biblical basis. And
she said this the last time. Oh, we've got a spiritual guide or counselor. I can't remember how she worded it. the last mess up. We're back to ground zero. The cycle continues. Here we go. Get your gear, campers.
But anyhow,
It's gonna be a long
we
one.
are making
I like the book.
progress. I do too. I found it very
If
helpful.
anything makes you conscious of priorities in a relationship, certain dynamics that maybe tend to ignore or look over,
Yes.
especially if you're new to a whole relationship thing. Maybe a lot of you that's been married, you know, it's
Or reading comments on this video, the comments left in this below on this video. I have in the next couple of days a crochet tutorial coming out that I promised.
Okay, so we got comment of the day coming up, and we've got a crochet video.
A while ago for a couple people, and some other fun videos and some other videos. Some cook with me is what I eat in a day is.
maybe teach me how to crochet.
Yes,
We talked about
we
this.
did talk
Jean's a
about that.
jack of all trades. We've always said that.
Oh, maybe put that up.
I was gonna say he could teach me how to sketch, but there's no hope in that because I'm.
All right, guys. It's just mumbling at this point. I don't want to keep... God, dog, we're at 51 minutes. All right. Sorry I got a little razzle-dazzled there for a minute, but if you are thinking of anything horrible, please contact a friend, a family member. It's not funny and it's not a joke. If somebody you know is struggling, please talk to them. Talk to them and let them get some help. Suicide is not a joke. It's not a funny issue, and I don't agree with how Jennifer put that up, and I really think that that should have been taken out the video, but that just shows her poor direction in her character and what she thinks is funny. So, my name is Kaya. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I know it was long and I got a little wound up, but like I said, I don't play when it comes to people's lives. Hit me a thumbs up, shoot me a thumbs down, leave a comment, even if it's an emoji. Tell me what you think. Did you guys take that how I did? Honestly, I would love to know. Did I react or did you guys take that the way I did and think that was very poor gesture and it was not funny? I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have a great day, great night, depending when you're watching this, and I'll see you guys later. Tons of content coming up. Plenty of stuff. Love you guys. Kaya out.